What's up, everybody? Squirrel Man's back again. Sitting here in Ohio. I'm getting ready to do a um, early load in the morning. I'm picking up at like 3 o'clock in the morning. I'm going to Michigan. But the reason why I wanted to make this video is because for all you people who don't drive trucks, you have no experience in a truck. A lot of people ask or assume, is it safe to ride next to a truck in traffic or on the highway? Well, the short answer is hell no, it's not. It's not. And you're freaking stupid. When like those people that just sit there and never move, right? And you're riding right next to a truck, you're stupid. You don't know how much of a gamble you're taking. Like, say, here's the trailer, right? And here's the tail end of the trailer. You morons that ride right there, you have no idea how much you're risking your life. You have no idea. You could be the best truck driver in the world. I like to think I'm a pretty good truck driver, but I cannot control that trailer all the time. The wind can grab that trailer and just boom, throw it whenever it wants. If a big enough gust of wind comes by and you're sitting near the tail end, the first person that's going is you. The other, like, second worst part to sit is on the passenger side, especially up near the cab. Man, that is a terrible place to sit, because if you're in some little teeny like Mazda Miata or something, we can't see you down there, unless we're like really looking to look for you. But out the corner of my eye, if I'm not looking at that mirror at that specific moment in time, I can't see you. I have no idea you're there. This has even happened in my personal truck. I drive a big lifted truck. I've had cars come up, little teeny cars come up next to me. I had no fucking clue they were there because I'm sitting up high in the air, But if the safest place to ride next to a truck, and you shouldn't be nowhere near a truck. If you only knew how dangerous these things were and how easily they can tip over, But the easiest, safest place to be is right there on the driver's side. Like, say I'm the driver, I'm right here, and you're like right there, so that I can look down into your front passenger seat. That is the safest place to be. Everywhere else, hell no. That's why when I'm driving my personal car, I stay the hell away from trucks, man, because I know. Like, my father-in-law used to get on me all the time when I was riding a car with him, and I didn't realize what he was saying because I had never driven a truck before, and he would just get so crazy when I get near trucks. He's like, you don't understand. Well, now I understand. Especially when you're in, like, going over like overpasses or something like that, where there's the wind. Man, that wind can put you out of business so fast. Y'all don't realize. Or like if you're riding and the land, the concrete or whatever, the pavement kind of shifts like this really fast, dude, that will scare the shit out of you as a truck driver. It happens to me all the time. Maybe you're going around a turn, and all of a sudden it kind of, the form in the concrete shifts. Well, it makes the truck go woo 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 really fast, and your butthole just goes Rah! It scares the shit out of you because you think you're gonna tip over, right? That's why I always try to drive slow. I really do. I always try to do the speed limit. I live on cruise control all the time because that's a great way to keep from getting a speeding ticket or a traffic violation. And you should do that in your car, in your personal cars. You should always be using cruise control as much as you can. That's how I cleaned up my driving record years ago. I used to have a terrible driving record when I was in my 20s. Man, that shit was terrible, But over the years, I learned, and I started using cruise control all the time. And before you knew it, I got a clean driving record now, and I'm really proud of that. And that's basically all due to cruise control. Some people are, I don't like it. I like to use my foot, or cruise control is dangerous. That's because you don't know how to use it, dumbass. So I don't care what anybody says. I live on cruise control, and I won't buy a car or drive a truck without it. So the short answer is it safe to ride near a truck? Hell no, it's not. It's really not. You're gambling. You're depending on that driver to be paying attention all the time. And if y'all only knew some of these truck drivers out here, they're complete and total morons. If you knew how easy it is in 2023 to get a CDL, I mean, any fucking idiot can get a CDL nowadays. Some of the people I've seen got CDLs now is really, really scary. You know, that's why when I'm on the road, in my truck, my personal truck, I stay the hell away from those trucks, man, because I have no idea who was driving that thing. That guy could have just got his CDL last Tuesday, and he's a brand new driver, you know, and those guys are the scariest ones, man. They don't have a clue what they're doing because they haven't learned anything yet. So if you're in your car, especially with your family, your kids, stay the fuck away from trucks, man. I'm telling you, you will not regret it. I've had trucks spill over right in front of me. Especially when they're going the worst time I think is when they're going down long hills, like in like mountainous areas. Oh my God, stay the hell away from them, man. Because if they're not right, if you don't hear that that Jake brake, that stay the hell away from them, man. They are an accident waiting to happen, dude. Because they're riding that foot brake all the way down the hill. They are beating the shit out of their truck, and they're a ticking time bomb. You know, all it would take for them to just, you know, steer a little to the left, a little to the right, just the tiniest bit, and that whole truck's going over. I've seen it happen before. It's happened right in front of my face before. I mean, I was like blown away, and I couldn't believe the guy actually survived, you know? So if you're riding down mountainous terrain and you hear the truck making that loud Jake brake noise, that means he's paying attention. He knows what he's doing. But stay away from him, you know. If you wonder why truck drivers drive so slow, we've all been there before. We've all gotten stuck behind a truck and it drives you crazy. You're like, oh, why is this guy driving so slow? It's because he's got a heavy ass load. That thing's probably 44,000 pounds. I mean, he's like fully loaded. And you know how slow those trucks go when you're super loaded, especially up hills? Or the worst is when you're going down those windy ass back roads, those backcountry roads that are like super snaky. Those are super scary for a truck driver, man. I mean, he's constantly paying attention. He's really worried about the tail end of that trailer, because when you're going around those turns, if there's a car coming the opposite way, that car could go right up under his trailer. And who do you think is going to be, have to take responsibility for it? It's the driver, you know? So try to give truck drivers some slack, man. They're not driving slow because they want to, right? It's not like we come out here for fun and say, oh, I'm going to go 30 miles an hour up a freaking hill. No, it's because our fucking truck is fully loaded. We can't make it go any faster. And the other thing is, a lot of these trucks, 90% of these trucks, especially company trucks, probably all company trucks, they all have governors on them. Most of them can't go more than 67, 68 miles an hour at a time, you know? So if they're... You got to have some patience and some rational understanding when it comes to trucks. You know, we have one sole purpose: to haul a shit ton of freight from A to B. We're not here to drive, crazy and stuff. We have to be responsible, because we're not just responsible for the load. We're responsible for everything around us. You know, if that truck crashes, the first person they're going to look at is us. You know, if that truck crashes and hits some old lady or some young mother and her kids, who do you think they're going to look at? So we have to drive responsibly all the time. You know, being a truck driver completely changed my outlook on driving. And I totally understand what my father-in-law was trying to tell me all those years. May he rest in peace. So anyway, I hope I might have answered some of your questions. I hope I gave you a new outlook on what it's like out there on the road. And don't drive like a jackass, man. I see you guys all the time, especially when I get around Atlanta. You guys driving 90 miles an hour, swerving in and out of traffic because you think you're Vin Diesel. You are a ticking time bomb, dude. Trust me, when I was young, I used to do the same thing, and something really bad happened to me. And I'm not going to go into it, but man, did I learn my lesson at a very young age. And I drive like a saint now, ever since. Like, I seriously drive like a saint. So I hope that doesn't happen to you. But if you're that asshole that drives 90 miles an hour, 100 miles an hour in and out of traffic because you think you're awesome, which you're not, you're just a dumb piece of shit. The person that's going to get hurt, it's not going to be you. You're going to kill some lady and her kids. And then you're going to be sitting in a fucking prison cell for the rest of your life thinking, why the hell did I do that? If I could just go back. If I could just go back. Well, right now you have the chance to go back. You know, so stop fucking doing it. Because you're not impressing anybody. Everybody that sees you says, wow, what a fucking piece of shit. You know, nobody's impressed. I'm not. I don't see any girls throwing their boobs up for you. You know, nobody thinks you're cool. Everybody thinks you're a fucking moron. Nobody's impressed, and your car's a piece of shit. Anyway, like, share, subscribe. Common sense ain't common.